In recent years, Battle Royale games have burst onto the scene. Whether you attribute the rise of the genre's popularity to games like H1Z1 or the now industry leader Fortnite, it is undeniable that the Battle Royale genre is here, and it is here to stay. Popular mainstream franchises like Call of Duty, Fallout, Battlefield, and hell, even Counter-Strike have adopted the Battle Royale genre into their games to various degrees of success. This is not even counting the obvious big standalone Battle Royale titles like Apex, the aforementioned Fortnite, or even PUBG, and many more that are out there. Some argue that we may be over the boom of Battle Royale titles, and while that may be the case, I doubt the genre is going away anytime soon, and you can look to the massively popular Warzone that recently released to see this is the case. Players still want new, well-made Battle Royales, and there's clearly still room in the genre for more titles, especially when games are able to adopt Battle Royale as a mode rather than building an entire game around it. So, this brings us to today's question: should Halo embrace the BR? No, not that BR. I mean the Battle Royale genre. Frank O'Connor from 343 has gone on the record to say Halo Infinite will not launch with a Battle Royale mode, although apparently the ability to make one in custom games will exist. So maybe that hints at the idea of having more than 16 people in a custom lobby, but regardless, the takeaway here that I want to focus on is that there will be no Battle Royale on launch for Halo Infinite. I fully agree with this decision, as 343 really needs to buckle down and focus on the core aspects of the game and make sure that those are polished and play well before trying to fit in a Battle Royale mode into the game. However, a year or two down the line, I could see 343 releasing a Battle Royale, sort of how Infinity Ward did with Warzone. This could either be part of the game, like Blackout was for the previous Call of Duty, or preferably a standalone product that could be free to play and bring those Battle Royale fans into the Halo ecosystem, like Apex has done for Titanfall, or Warzone has done for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. People worry that a Battle Royale mode would detract from the main portion of Halo, and while I do see that there is a reason to be concerned, Halo Infinite is going to be one of, if not the most expensive produced games of all time. If anyone has the resources to put out an amazing Halo game, along with a Battle Royale offshoot for the title, it is going to be 343 backed by Microsoft. Hell, Microsoft could even task another developer to produce the Battle Royale if they're worried about stretching 343's resources by having them do both. There are tons of dev studios out there that would be up to the task, or even the possibility of Microsoft to establish a second studio to work on Halo products. Microsoft just swallowed up a ton of different companies, so there's plenty they could choose from, or they could even look outside their current studios. I mean, hell, Splash Damage is currently helping port the Master Chief Collection to PC, and they've done great work in the past making PC shooters, so there's just an option off the top of my head. This would allow 343 to focus on the things that make Halo, Halo. Get your campaigns, your arena multiplayer, your forge, your theater, all that good stuff, and then this other company could focus solely on building a Halo Battle Royale using that same slip space engine, assuming that the engine is compatible with the big player numbers a Battle Royale game needs. The release of this Battle Royale would not only bring Halo players back to Halo just like Warzone did with Modern Warfare when it released 6 months or so into the game's cycle, but the Battle Royale mode also would bring in the more general fans of Battle Royales in general. Some of these fans may even stick around and become Halo fans. If you remember when Apex Legends dropped, Titanfall 2 numbers also spiked, as people went back to check out the game that Apex was influenced by, therefore giving Titanfall 2 a revitalized player base. People were able to go back in time and experience a fantastic FPS game that they missed out on, being Titanfall 2. This was great for Respawn, as Apex has obviously been pretty successful, along with it being great for fans of Titanfall 2 as more players and people came back to check out a game that they love. 343 and Microsoft could do the exact same thing with Halo. Whether it's 1, 2, or hell even 3 years into the cycle of Halo Infinite, a Battle Royale could bring much new content into the game, bringing players back and bringing in new players into that Halo ecosystem. Now, I do understand that there are people who do not like Battle Royale games at all, or think the Battle Royale genre would not fit well into Halo. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm personally not a huge Battle Royale fan, and you kinda know this if you follow the channel. And while I do try to check out the new ones, if you give me a solid deathmatch or arena style shooter, or a solid Battle Royale, I'm gonna pick the deathmatch or arena shooter every day of the week. That said, Halo already has the groundwork for an amazing Battle Royale game. You really have to look no further than Halo 5's Warzone mode to see the groundwork. Obviously 343 or whoever develops the game would not just rip all the different rec variants and put them into the game, but Warzone shows us that having multiple tiers of guns, equipment, and vehicles already works really well in the Halo sandbox, and there are plenty of existing ideas from Warzone that could be used as a basis for the loot pool in a battle royale. This, along with power-ups that Halo already has, could really lead to a fun battle royale mode. Although vehicle balancing would need to be played with a little bit, as some of the stronger vehicles probably shouldn't be in a battle royale game, as getting something like a tank would be pretty unfair to all the plebs that are stuck running around. However, warthogs, mongooses, ghosts, etc., those could all build a strong base of vehicles in the mode. And while Halo's vehicle combat is pretty basic in the grand scheme of things, if you compare it to other FPS games like Battlefield, they control very nicely and flow well with the on-foot combat, unlike some games where the vehicle traversal and combat can leave something to be desired. Halo's does a great job fulfilling that need without being overly complex or overly simple. Hell, they could even take the game completely away from some of the existing gameplay feels and go with a battle royale game based around something like Marines or ODSTs. This would allow them the freedom to build a totally new gameplay experience, whether that means they need to change up the movement mechanics, the health, etc., while also allowing them to still pull weapons and vehicles from the franchise to make sure the game still has that Halo feel to it. Just like how Apex was able to be built into the Titanfall universe while still feeling like its own unique gameplay experience, I think Halo could do something very similar and still be successful. I do think that one of the most important things they might have to change up for the Battle Royale mode though, is to get away from the regenerating health and shields that the main franchise has these days, as I don't know if those mechanics would play very well in a Battle Royale, as it would just lead to people running away and regenerating their health and shields all the time, and that doesn't sound very fun. It would be risky in terms of balancing, but they could even try to incorporate playable characters with different abilities, besides just everyone playing as the same thing. Imagine how cool it would be to group up with 3 of your buddies and have a drop squad of all your favorite Halo characters from various games. This isn't necessarily the way Halo's Battle Royale should be taken, but just showing the many different ideas the game could incorporate. Like any game though, this is going to take a lot of testing that they would have to do to see what does and what doesn't do well. But luckily 343 or Microsoft, if they were to go to a different company, has these resources available to them. Done well, I think that a Halo Battle Royale could not only have gameplay faithful to the franchise, but also allow the franchise to try new and different things that sometimes get looked down upon when they are pushed into the main game. For example, that leaked grappling hook that we saw and everyone has been pretty against, including myself, as I don't really want to see that in the regular 4v4 Slayer games, I could see that being extremely fun to use in a Battle Royale sandbox. I mean hell, Pathfinder is my favorite character to play in Apex, and just swinging around and just popping up on people and doming them is extremely fun. So that kind of covers the super basics of what you could expect in terms of guns, vehicles, and equipment in a Halo Battle Royale. Obviously, I didn't get in depth with it at all. There's plenty more you could dive into. You could probably write a 20 to 50 page essay just on exactly the gameplay mechanics that you want in a Halo Battle Royale. I just kind of wanted to touch on some different things that they could look into and show that Halo kind of already has that groundwork there. So now, similar to the gameplay, they could go in multiple different directions for the map or maps in the game. Whether they pull a blackout and incorporate iconic multiplayer maps from previous games into a larger map experience, or they build a brand new map. Halo really has the ability to create and build a beautiful and fun to play Battle Royale map for players to experience. Imagine running around on a Halo ring, taking in the beauty and the awe of it all, while you frantically search for a better weapon than your shitty plasma pistol, knowing that at any moment a fully looted squad could just drop in on you and take you guys out. Or imagine cruising up to Red Base on Blood Gulch to camp out the circle with your squad. Maybe you're just driving around in a Warthog trying to splatter people. The opportunity to play on fan nostalgia is endless, and they could even incorporate sections or the feel of campaign levels into the map. Personally, I think that the best way to tackle the map would be a mixture of new and old, have parts in the map that are inspired by existing features in the Halo franchise to play on that nostalgia of players, while also developing new and unique sections of the map to keep it new and fresh. It would be very, very important to make sure that these different sections and levels of the maps that they've put together flow well together though. So trust me when I say the possibilities of a Halo Battle Royale are truly limitless. And I have really only outlined the base level ideas. Like I said, having a Battle Royale kinda divorces you from some of the problems that 343 faces when developing Halo games. I think it gets you away from the whole classic to modern debate, as you're now moving the game into a different genre, and this by no means is moving the base game into that different genre. It's just a sort of side project or an ancillary project to go with Halo Infinite or whatever Halo would be out at the time, but it would allow the devs to kind of experiment with different things, see what is fun in a Halo sandbox, what definitely isn't fun, and obviously they do this on their end testing, but they would be able to push things out to the public that you wouldn't really want in that 4v4 setting, but could be really fun in a grander setting like a Battle Royale. A full team working on this could not only put out a mode that would be successful in its own right, but also make Halo as a whole more successful, which is something that no Halo fan should scoff at these days, even if you don't like Battle Royales. More players watching and playing Halo games is a good thing, even if you personally don't like those Battle Royales. Imagine getting the huge number boost that game like Call of Duty did when Warzone dropped. However, for this time, it's the franchise that you love, Halo. Lots of players love to watch streamers play Battle Royales, and many more love to play those Battle Royales. And Halo, not having one, is honestly missing out on tons of possible fans that the franchise could capture. Anyways, that's just sort of my thoughts on Battle Royale and Halo. Despite the fact that I'm not a huge Battle Royale player by any means, I do hope a year or two down the line, Microsoft and 343 releases a standalone Battle Royale, as I think it would be really good for the franchise. I do think that this Battle Royale should be free to play, but obviously I don't make those calls by any means. I understand that not everyone likes Battle Royale games, and in an ideal world this would be a totally separate thing that does not affect the development or resources of the main game at all in any way. Halo Battle Royale would be its own thing that gets worked on by a separate team. It would be able to complement the main game and even bring more players to the franchise as a whole. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about a Battle Royale mode in Halo Infinite or just Halo in the future. Do you want to see one, or do you think it would hurt Halo? If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. If for some reason you want to watch me play Halo or other random games, you can follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Arrrash with 3 Rs, or if you want to just read my random thoughts, you can follow me on Twitter at Arrrash with 4 Rs. And I'll see you guys next time.